Hey, what is up, everybody? Sorry, got people in the chat. Hi. What is up, everybody? It's your boy AJTRIP here with the rapid reaction for the Big Brother 22 All-Stars finale. Season 22 has come to an end. What a season it was. We had this whole thing about will we even have an All-Star season because of COVID-19 and everything that went down with that, and about some of the things that we do, with them being in Los Angeles being very conservative, as rightfully so as they should. Not allowing a lot of things to happen, but I think because of where they would be located at and where they would be doing, they considered that, and Julie said it many times, they considered that to be a bubble that they would live in. So because of that, they were able to do the show. And it started later than it usually started in August, lasted until October, and here we are now. Season finale, Big Brother 22. Cody is your Big Brother All Stars finale winner, and I have to say, I think that is a great um, pick. I think he was, from day one, he was the best player. I think that's not a question. From day one, when he won, he went out and he went out searching for Janelle and Kaser. And when he couldn't get them, he turned his attention somewhere else. Keisha and I forget who, Keisha and Kevin were nominated, I believe. And Keisha went home. And then ever since then, he created the committee, and from that there on, there were points where he decided to, who he wanted out and who he wanted out. His next target in his mind was Kaser. Although Memphis, was getting information from Janelle and Kaser, and wasn't going to turn his back on that, which was actually smart, because that would have actually, by him doing that, that would have actually outed an alliance at least between Cody and Memphis, maybe not the entire committee, but that would have announced a thing, and then they really would have smartened up. They were asked by Julie, how come they just couldn't, get things together and get on the committee. And we can say that they didn't work together, and they wasn't thinking correctly, and a lot of it was true. They didn't want to get, for some reason, everybody was turned off by Janelle and Keisha wanting to turn the house against each other. Steph Slide, they were all against that for some reason. It was early in the season where it was starting to, we had that dumb new school versus old school stuff, and Tyler started it. That, turning the house against each other, that's old school. People want new school, and whatever that was, it was unreal, because I think most of the people would like a divided house. Now, for me, I don't want a divided house. I do not want a divided house. Um, the game, the way it was played this year is kind of my game. I like when an alliance comes together and they dominate it and they run through, and one person is the most dominant from that entire alliance, and that was Cody. This season is my type of season. This is my type of season that I like to see. But they weren't going to, as long as the committee kept winning and they kept winning, it wasn't going to change. And for everybody who doesn't like this type of season and doesn't like, these type of things, I always say the one thing that would have changed the season around is that if Memphis won HOH first instead of Cody. Because Keisha doesn't go home. Memphis was not going to put up Keisha He's not gonna put a Keisha, Janelle, and Casey. He wasn't gonna do that. He wasn't gonna put up any of the old school people because he knows they weren't gonna put him up. He would have put up the guys he put up. It would have been Nicole and David, Nicole, Anthony, and David, with the vision to backdoor in. That would have been the first week, and that's what changed. Nothing that happened could have changed. When Cody won HOH, it was hell on bent, and it wasn't going to change. Excuse me for just a minute. I want to see something here. Okay, this is I'm live. Okay, I just want to make sure. I thought I was live. Um, and from that point on, it was just straight on. It's straight on ahead, and Memphis won, and then Tyler won, and then Christmas won. Right, oh, I'm missing something here. It was Cody, Memphis, Tyler, Enzo. Enzo won. Christmas, Danny, Memphis again. Um, then it was let's see, was it who was it? I can't think who it was. Because then it was Memphis again, and that took out Devon, right? So it was Cody. Cody won again. And then here came the triple. Memphis won, um, and Tyler won. And then we saw, um, what's his face? The Cole didn't win. Um, Cody won again. He took out Tyler and Christmas, and then Nicole won that one. She took out Memphis, and then Enzo won, took out Christmas. No. Enzo took out Christmas. She took out Memphis. I mean, I said Memphis. It sounds just alike. And then we had a shocking thing where he did not. Cody won the last one. Enzo won. Enzo won. Then Cody won this last one, taking Enzo to the final two. And I think that was a good move. He explained it perfectly. He explained why he didn't take Nicole, because if Nicole, now he said it the way he should have said it. But let's also be clear. There can be bitter juries, which is stupid. It really should be stupid. Bitter juries should not be allowed. It really shouldn't be. You should have to vote for the person who played the better game, not the person who pissed you off the most. Who played the better game. Now I know you can say, well, okay, so how do you know who played the better game? Right? How do you know who played the better game? How do you know who if someone could be mad at Cody, for doing this, but we still think Enzo played the game. And I would say that, come on, open your eyes, right? Open your eyes. You know who wins this game. It is Enzo, and that's all it needs to be. So whatever it is. So Cody took Enzo to the final two. Some really good. All 9 people got questions. I think that was good. And we had a little extra time because it was 2 hours, and they got to explain some things. But really, this should not have been anything else. It turned out to be what it is. A perfect 9-0. 9-0. Unanimous. The only person who did that was Dan in season 10. And I said this, and as time has gone on, I think a week ago, I think a week ago, maybe a couple of weeks ago. I don't know if I said it on my Big Brother Weekend review, or if I was just talking to myself. But I said that you know Cody's up there on the Mount Rushmore of Big Brother players, and you just didn't really think about it. He's on Mount Rushmore for what the stuff he did this year. He's up there, and then as time just kept getting closer and closer to this to this game, I realized he's just not on the Mount Rushmore. If he wins, he's the GOAT. He's the greatest Big Brother player in all time. I know some of y'all will go up there and say, what are you talking about? How are you going to be the greatest Big Brother player of all time? But let me tell you, but let me break it down to you right here, right? In his first season, he won six competitions. He won six competitions, made it to final two. Lost to Derek, who had played another all-time great. So he made it to final two. This year, which is an all-star season. That's number one. It's an all-star season, although we know that half of these people aren't all-stars, but that's neither here nor there. We'll go along with it. It's an all-star season. We'll probably talk about that later. It's an all-star season. He creates an alliance socially that is all about him. Even what's his face said it, when he was standing up there. He said it up there. I did everything for you, bro. I did everything for you. Take me to the final two because I did not vote for it. I did that for you. So everybody who did in that house did that for you. They did that for you. So that's number one. Number two, his 8 competition wins. 8 versus 6. The 6 he had, that's 14. That ties him with Janelle for the most total competition victories in Big Brother history. With 14. Him and Janelle are tied for 14. It's incredible. And then let's go. Not only does he wins, yes, he wins, and not only does he win, but he wins 9-0. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. I mean, come on now. He wins. That's the greatest. That's the greatest performance we've ever seen. That's the greatest single season performance ever, and he's the greatest player of all time. I don't think that's it. It's I put on Twitter that's a point blank period in the discussion, you know, and maybe that's too far, but to me, I don't see how you can set anybody else. Right now, we have you're the Mount Rushmore. Again, I have to go back and look at my list and see what my list says. But I know I had Derek 1. So I think I may have had Derek 1, Dan 2, and Dr. Will 3. But now it goes Cody 1, Derek 2, Dan 3, Dr. Will 4. So those would be the 4 horsemen of the game. Yeah. So it's just incredible what Cody did and what the season is, and it was incredible, man. So this was a good season. So it was a season that I didn't want. I'll be honest with you. This is a season that I did not want. I did not want because of exactly what happened. We all know that 2020 has been a year of racial tension. Maybe a year can only be as big of a year for race relations in this country than sometime in the 1960s. It was that big with what's happened with Ahmaud Arbery, George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and many others that were that fell victim to police violence. and lost their life to police violence in some form or fashion. And so and this season in the Twitter world, in the Twitterverse, Big Brother Twitter, it always goes to race. It's been like that for the longest time. You know, they always want to pull out the race card for no fucking reason. There's no reason to pull it out. And there she was the same. No reason to pull out race cards. And especially when Christmas had to blow up with Devon and Bailey. And they played the race cards. You know, and Bailey and Devon and David are trying to, become the first black Big Brother winner. And it's just nothing. Race did not need to be involved in this, and I knew it was. And that's one reason why I didn't want to play this. I didn't want them to do a season. Ultimately, I guess I'm glad they did. It gave us some good, some good entertainment over the summer, for at least for a little while. And speaking of that, I guess because of COVID and they couldn't do things correctly and things like that, they decided that they were going to do a Big Brother season. It was going to be an All-Star season, right? It was going to be an All-Star season. And so I'm sure they called a lot of people. Apparently, there are several women who are pregnant, apparently. I think Rachel Riley, Brittany Haynes, thinking Vanessa from Big Brother 17. Vanessa is pregnant, apparently. And I think there was another girl who was like a but who was pregnant. Who I can't think who it was. It may have just been those three, but they are certainly all stars, deservingly to come back on this show. But could not make it because they were pregnant. Danielle Reyes did not come back because she's got her job. She did not want to leave her job in the pandemic for 3 months and felt that the responsibility was stay with her job, and that was totally fine. That's totally fine and respectable. And there were plenty others. I'm sure Dr. Will probably didn't want to play. He said he didn't already play twice. He didn't need to play again. Although he made an appearance on Big Brother All Stars. And there were plenty others. I'm sure that there's a lot of people talking about June and Andy and Maggie. They're not all stars. They may be winners, but they're not all stars. They're not all stars. No. They are people who won, just because they were there. They played the best game between the two, but they weren't like again, you're talking about June, who beat Allison. Allison won because of a bitter jury. So, and Allison was the best. I don't know if they called her, that she would have been a good choice. Maggie beat Yvette, but Janelle was that season's best player. That was, again, no doubt about that. There was, and then we talk about Andy. Again, Andy beat Gina Marie, but that season's best player was probably McCrae, who Andy, Spencer, and Gina Marie took out final four. Because they took him out final four. Give him a pin. So really, those three, like I kept seeing that they deserve him to be in this All-Star season. No, they didn't. They deserve to be right where it was, watching it with us. Then there were other ones like Casey. There was some other rumors, like there was Casey was rumored. Josh from who won Big Brother 19 was rumored. But there were also rumors about them and Kim catching COVID, being tested positive for COVID. What's her face? Julie said that people had tested positive for COVID, so they couldn't come in. And that's what I think, because that's what I think. There were some people who were called 3 months, who had been called 3 months in advance. And there were some people that were called 3 weeks in advance. That was Memphis. Memphis was called 3 weeks in advance. And I think he was called as an alternate. I think there were Yeah, I think they were alternates. There were rumor. There was a rumor. Yeah, like an hangnail. There was a rumor that Amber from Big Brother 16 was in quarantine. Now, Amber's not an all star at all. So why are you having her on the show? She's just a pretty woman, very very pretty woman. Don't get me wrong, but just a pretty woman. She did nothing to deserve to be an all star except being followed around by Caleb. So mm, excuse me for a minute. Hey man, now it's bleeding. Yeah, you know, you don't have any. I definitely left my fingernail clippers in the bathroom. So yeah, so and I think Memphis said he was around for 3 weeks, so I think he was probably Josh's replacement. And Casey, Casey, it was either Keisha, I think it was either Keisha or yeah, I probably would say Keisha. Yeah, Keisha was probably the recruit. There was rumors beforehand that even Nicole had like called and cried up, crying, talking about she wanted to be on the show, and why when she called for an all star. I don't know if that's true or not. So, but any of those things were just crazy. But let's face it, guys. When we look at it, right, and I even said this to myself, right, when we talk about all stars, we generally look at the class of 16, right, the 16 people. Who could you legitimately say won all star? Jeanette, absolute all star. Ian, former winner, all star. Nicole, former winner, all star. Right? Um, you know, as much as I love Kaser, yes, Kaser in his 3 seasons gets out before pre-jury. You really have to kind of look at it, be honest with yourself. He probably technically in the real view of things, he isn't an all star. But the fans love Kaser so much that they probably would have revolted if they didn't put Kaser on the show. The fans would have revolted if they didn't put Kaser on the show. So but he probably doesn't deserve. And a lot of those people didn't, And then you talk about like, and there are other people on this show that they put all stars on the show, but they probably would have been better doing something like Big Brother Second Chance. David, David, perfect. He would have been perfect for Big Brother Second Chance. Then in his first season, didn't get a chance to play the game in any form or fashion. Was evacuated from day one. Came back, couldn't play the game. He was up he was up in the camp comeback. They didn't allow him to play the game. They didn't talk to him. Nobody would talk to him, anything like that. So, he deserved to be Big Brother Second Chance. Same thing with Christmas. Christmas deserved for Big Brother Second Chance, right? She wasn't really an all star in her season. She really wasn't. It was Paul and Josh were the all stars. By the way, Paul probably wasn't going to do this again either way, as well. So, but she broke her foot. So Big Brother Second Chance would have been perfect for her. Some way she broke her foot when her second chance to play again. Nicole Anthony, we saw that Nicole Anthony just should not have played so close because what happened on her season, when she felt that she got played on that season by the people in their house, she brought it over to this house and she really screwed over. Even though they were already to that way, but she had really screwed over um, Janelle and Kaser on her way out. So Nicole Anthony, and really, she did nothing to be an all star. I don't think she deserved to be on the Big Brother Second Chance, but she did nothing that she deserved to be an All-Star. So, and there were many others, I even questioned. Is Memphis and Cody All-Stars? Really? Are they really All-Stars? And I guess you could say they are All-Stars. They got to the final two. But I think the thing is that they were overshadowed by two greats of the great. Memphis overshadowed by Dan, and Cody overshadowed by Derek. Right? Although that is proven that he is not overshadowed by Derek anymore. He has even surpassed Derek. So, but yeah, I mean, it is an all-star season, but it really is an all-star season. But I do think what this has proved is that the next several seasons of Big Brother should always be 16 new people. You know, I think this has worn out people for wanting an all stars or wanting people to get second chances to come back or anything like that. This proved it isn't it didn't work too well. Uh, just in some of the fans' eyes, and some of the other people's eyes. Again, like I said, I thought this was a very fine season. It wasn't good. I won't say it wasn't bad. I won't say it wasn't good either. But it was but it was fun to watch. I would say that it was fun to watch. Maybe it was good. Yeah, maybe it was good. It was a domination by the committee you've never seen before in your life. So that was amazing. Um, yeah, I think that's it for my rapid reaction. We've talked, going through what we've this season and going through what we saw tonight, who won, and everything like that. I guess we have to mention that unfortunately, Davon, one of America's favorite house guests, is just uh, garbage. I mean, it's just. Hopefully, what this means is that we never have to see that chick's face again. They don't have to see her again. They don't have to hear from her again. She is gone. She's played 3 times. She's gone. She doesn't need to come back no more. She said she's not doing any more reality TV. Fine. You get your 25 grand. Get the fuck out. So tired of seeing her face. So maybe even though she won, unfortunately, maybe it's a blessing in disguise. Now that she got her 25 grand, she won't be on television anymore. So maybe that's good. And stop annoying people like me. All right, yeah, I think that is true. So we can. I think that is it. All right, y'all. Post your comments down below. Tell me what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think of the season finale. Let me know what you think about this season. What did you like it? What did you like? What did you didn't like? What did you think was the best part? What was the worst part? Um, the worst part of this, and I'll give you mine real quick. I think the worst part of this season was, without question, I think Nicole Anthony just really turning her back on Casey now, like that. Her going through all of her things. It was just, you know, it was sickening to watch. It really was, because we all knew that wasn't the case. That wasn't the case, and it was still what it was. So, but the best thing was the triple eviction. That was awesome. That was awesome to watch. To see them, see 3 people go home in one night. I tell you something. Danny didn't like it, basically because she went home. Uh, by the way, the Big Brother Queen is still Janelle. No shade towards Nicole. She did a great job. She did a great job making it to the finale night again for the second time in her 3 seasons. Did a wonderful job. But the queen stays queen, and it's still Janelle, and she will always be queen. Kevin, how you doing, brother? So yeah, so Janelle stays queen. She's still the queen of Big Brother. Yes, yes. Post. So yeah. So in your favorite, what's your favorite? Post them down in the comment section below. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. This is your boy AJTRIP signing off. As always, be good to each other, y'all. Be careful out there. And when it comes to Big Brother, we'll see you guys next Sunday. And I'm out. All right, let me just Okay, what the hell is happening?